Welcome to Saxon Math Intermediate 5, Lesson 10. Today we'll be talking about missing addends. Our objective for the lesson today, after this lesson you should be able to use subtraction to find a missing addend in an equation containing two or more addends, and use subtraction to check the answer to a missing addend problem, and determine the equation for a word problem. Some review from last time. Remember the subtraction algorithm? You need to line up your place values on top of each other, and then if your top number is smaller than the bottom number, you borrow from the place value to the left and add 10. Sometimes when we have addition problems in math, we're missing an addend instead of the sum. You're always going to see a letter in the place of the missing number. So here's an example, W plus 7 equals 11. W is our missing number. And anytime we're missing an addend, we subtract the other two numbers to find it. So if we're going to use that same example, W plus 7 equals 11, we would subtract the other two numbers to find W. 11 minus 7 is 4, so W is 4. And if you were to put 4 in for W in the original problem, it would be 4 plus 7 equals 11, and that is true, so you know you got the right answer. If the addition problem has more than two addends, we have to first add up all the remaining addends before we can subtract to find the missing one. So here's an example, 7 plus 2 plus s is our missing number, plus 8 equals 20. So first we have to add up all the addends that we know. 7 plus 2 plus 8 is 17. Now we rewrite the problem as 17, all those addends together, plus s, our missing number, equals 20. Then now we can subtract the other two numbers. 20 minus 17 equals 3, and that means s equals 3. Looking at word problems a little bit, when we have a word problem, we need to find the equation. An equation is another name for a math problem that has an equal sign in it. So we have to find the equation that the word problem is giving us before we can solve. So here's an example. Yasmin had 16 pebbles in her pocket. She gave some away. At the end of the day, she had 6 pebbles. How many pebbles did she give away? That's our word problem. So we need to think of a math problem that shows what happened. So Yasmin had 16 pebbles. She gave some away, so I just put minus some because we're taking away some we don't know, equals 6. Now we're going to replace some with a letter like we did in those missing addend problems. So our equation is 16 minus s equals 6. Now we have to solve the problem by figuring out what number makes the problem true. So what number can I put in for s that's going to make the problem equal 6? And I come up with 16 minus 10 equals 6. Therefore, Yasmin gave away 10 pebbles. That would be the answer to the problem. That's all for lesson 10. Make sure you answer your practice problems and put any questions you have in that discussion area so we can talk about them in class. You have a test coming up next, and then we'll see you in lesson 11.